Hola and bienvenidos. Welcome to my live. I am the pescatarian gardener and I live in zone 9A. So I just want to do a big shout out to all of my followers, all of my subscribers, everyone that has chimed into the lives or tuned into the lives. Um, this is also a special shout out to those that watch the replay. My regulars, Lisa, Joe, love you, te amo mucho, Nedra, Jaden, all of you. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. So, if you're watching the replay, I do ask a favor. Can you please give me a thumbs up? Boop, boop, boop. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, too, you can like, you can share, and you can subscribe. I want to say something. I have missed all of you guys. Hey, hon. Hey, Cassandra, how are you? So glad that you made it. Unbiased Queen, good to see you. Um, I really appreciate each and every one of you. I have missed the last 2 weeks, and I'm going to get into why I missed the last 2 weeks. But guys, I really missed y'all. I really missed being able to have my lives. It's my outlet, and I really enjoy it. Talking about things that have happened and, gardening and anything. Um, so First of all, let me say this. The first week, guys, I do apologize. Something came up. I wanted to be able to go live and I couldn't. My next week, we had a crazy thunderstorm. I mean, in the house that I used to live in, when there was a thunderstorm, we always lost power. But this is the first time I was surprised. With those thunderstorms, the loss of power. It usually doesn't happen. But unfortunately, I had no power. Now I could have gone, hey Ma, I could have gone live with my phone, but I was concerned that if there was a loss of power, and I needed my phone, what would I do? So that's why I said, you know what, this is getting to be too much. Let me just go ahead on and just put it out. And I use my phone to let everybody know I had to cancel. So I want to give everybody an update as to what I am doing. Um, I'm going to get into that a little bit later once we have more. I just want to say, Cassandra, you were missed. We had a wonderful time at the expo, and I did think about you, girl. Um, I'm sorry we missed you, but I hope you are well and your family is well as well. Um, Queen Unbiased, I had such a good time that I wanted to let me write that down. Let me just interrupt myself. Thank you, Analytic Gardener. So this is one of the things that I enjoyed about the Soil Family Expo, and I'm going to get back to that. Back to this. Um, so let me say it while it's up there. The Analytic Gardener made it to the Soil Family Expo, and we had a wonderful time. And she brought her daughters with her, and they were not only pretty girls on the outside, but you could tell they're pretty girls on the inside as well. Sweet girls. And they both have channels. And so this is a way that we can network with others. Now, again, we do say the garden community, but we know full well that it's not just gardeners. We know that there are other people in the garden community, as we say, that do other things. And so one of her daughter has a channel that talks about budgets, mini budgets. And so if you would please check her daughter's channel out, and maybe it's something that you like. Hey, I'm glad you remembered, sis. We're gonna talk about cruising too. Um, yes, it is. Um, You could put it in again, Analytic, if you want a channel name. Because she's got a really, really, really sweet girls, and I would love to see them get some subscribers, some more subscribers, and be supportive because they were so supportive. Cassandra says she missed I Was There in Spirit and plan to go. Okay, good. Yeah, because listen, guys. Okay, let me just say this. I'm gonna back up a little bit. This year, I had intended to go to the Soil Fest, and then I also wanted to go to the Kickback, which is in May. But unfortunately, I can't find a good ticket for a good price. And honestly, it has to do with planning. I didn't realize how much the tickets would be. It is Memorial Day weekend, and that's what I didn't have in mind. When I looked at the tickets, I looked at it at the time that I first heard about it. I just did a mock booking for a ticket and was like, oh, that's affordable. And then when I actually went to book the ticket, it was much higher than what I had anticipated. And unfortunately, I can't go. So I'm kind of cringing the fact that I'm not going to be able to go because I really wanted to. This is more of a different, I would say a different community, although it is the garden community. I'm biased to sewing and crafting. I know Crafty Leo would be there, sewing and crafting, and I do sew. And so I wanted to really be a part of that. Unfortunately, the pocketbook said, not this year, not this year. So planning. And that brings me to this. The Soil Expo next year will be for the 5th year. It's going to be big, guys. 5th year, try to make it. Try to make it. So he is speaking to everybody. Hey, Nikki, I missed you, girl. Miss my wind down Wednesdays. It's like I feel like I need that shot in the arm. You know, midweek kind of get you through the week, and hump day is always good to know. Yep, we're gonna chill, relax, and boom, wind down Wednesday. So let me just tell you what's been going on. So, guys, prior to the Soil Family Expo, I was on the sea cruising. I love it when we're cruising together. Do 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 do, cruising, baby. So, guys, I did my first 10-day cruise. Oh, you're talking about somebody that was having a great time? Yes. Okay, yes, that weekend is an expensive weekend to travel. Next, yep, because guess what? Now that I know I have a year to plan, a little bit more than a year because it's still April, it's not May, but I have a year to plan so I can plan accordingly and be successful at being able to attend. Plus, I love, spades, so that'll be wonderful. Analytics said they are gardeners too. They have their own raised. Oh, at their place, they're gonna help me now. Okay, so guys, that's amazing. So I don't know. I guess I missed that this weekend. They probably said it, but they have their own raised beds at their place, and they're gonna help her with their garden. So that is cool. That is so cool. So let me tell you about this cruise, guys. She said that's our anniversary weekend, and if we go out of town or trip, we do it before or after. Okay, got you. So let me just tell you that. Yes, Mike. And I don't have a good voice, but I do love to hear Smokey singing it. And if I had the professional version of this, I think I would be able to play his song, but I do love it. But anyway, so listen. So we went to 6 different ports. We went to Haiti. Now, I'm not a fan of Haiti, I'll be honest. I went with Royal Caribbean. Hey, Crafty. I got to pause, y'all. Crafty Leo, you are amazing. You are absolutely amazing. Guys, I'm going to digress a little bit. And I'm going to talk about the Soil Fest for 4 minutes. And we're going to go back to cruising. For those of you that don't know, at the Soil Expo, I am a vendor and I sell products that I make. Crafty Leo has been holding me down. Yes, I pay her, but sometimes you pay for something and you're like, it's all right. This girl is beast. I have a 100% natural bug repellent. And she created my first labels for me, but I recreated the formula. And she did those labels for this year. And when I tell you I'm so happy with those labels, they look amazing. Amazing. I also have a new cream, an eczema cream that I came up with. My youngest daughter has eczema. My young friend Chloe Tuck has eczema. And it's not just for people with eczema, it's if you have dry skin. And even if you don't have dry skin, you want to moisturize your skin. The labels look so good. When I say she is a professional, she always tells me, no, I'm a novice. No, no, girl. I'm not going to let you get away with that anymore with me. You are a professional. I give her latitude to kind of twerk it the way tweak. Pause. I didn't say twerk. I didn't mean to say twerk. Tweak it the way she likes, and she does an amazing job. An amazing job. So I just had to shout you out. I need to let everybody know how wonderful you are. And if you purchased any of my products, and I know some of the people here in the audience have, and you saw it, like Analytic and her daughters, now you know who created the labels. It was Crafty Leo. She did an amazing job. Love my outfit. Thank you. Thank you. So back to the cruising. So guys, we went to Haiti. Now I go with Royal Caribbean because I am a fan. I'm Royal Loyal. Here's why. When you build up loyalty with a cruise line, you get certain perks. Now I'm at the Diamond level. I'm almost at Diamond Plus. And once you get from Diamond Plus, there's a huge jump. 175 points for Diamond Plus. Then the next level is Pinnacle, which is their highest level. That's 700 points. I do not ever feel like I will make 700 points. Just being modest. That's really challenging. However, I like to build my loyalty because I enjoy those perks. Some of those perks is 4 free drinks per day. They can be alcoholic, non-alcoholic. It could be wine, beer, mixed drink, cocktail. It could be a specialty coffee. So that saves you money considering wine or beer is like 13 and up. Specialty coffee, $6 or so. So you do save, and I love that. There's some other perks like free pictures and things like that. So I really do like it. But what I don't like is they have their so-called island on Haiti, and I'm just not a fan of it. The Haitians there, bless their hearts, they beg like nobody's business for your money. And I get it, but it's just a little bit too much. So when I went, I told my husband, who had never been there, I had been there twice before. I said, you get off. They have this buffet. The beach is there. There are things that you could do. They have a roller coaster. However, it's a 2-person coaster, and you cannot exceed 250 pounds. Both parties. What? That's an adult and a small kid. So no, I just don't trust the coaster. But those of you that do, bless your hearts. Y'all going it, not your girl. It's to me like a little town that they've created. And you get off the boat and you walk the pier. And as soon as you see the vendors, lady, my brother from another mother, come here. I'm not cool with that. Let me shop at my own pace. Don't beg me. You could buy something from one vendor and the vendor next door will be like, no, 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 look over here, look over here. We ain't doing that. So I had told my husband, Mr. Pescatarian, how it was. Well, I know that he trusts me, but he didn't get to really understand what I meant until he actually went. Then it was like, oh my goodness. So, not again. The next port we went to was Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, La Isla de Encanta, which is basically the island of enchantment, meaning it's special. And it is, or beautiful. It really is. However, Puerto Rico is a lot to me like the States. It really is. And I have some footage that's coming out, and I'm at the mall because I did an excursion where we go to the mall and a bus tour. So that video is coming out. So you'll see it in the next few days. I'm going to be releasing tons of video. So watch it at your leisure. It's going to be a lot. Puerto Rico is like like the States, very much like the States. The next port was St. Lucia. Look at this cute bag, because y'all know I love to shop. Look at this cute bag I got from St. Lucia. Isn't that cute? And right here it says St. Lucia. I love it. I love this beadwork. So pretty. Now, I wish it was longer so I could put it on my shoulder, but I could kind of drape it on my arm. But I love this bag. Really, really nice. And I also bought this little clutch. Just boom. So yeah, I like that. I like that. St. Lucia is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. There also was a lot of things that I learned about St. Lucia. We went to St. Kitts and Nevis. I always thought it was St. Kitts and Nevis, but it's St. Kitts and Nevis. And that's another thing I like about going to the island or the country. You get to hear how it's really pronounced. And we also went to St. Martin, but it's St. Martin. And I really, really enjoyed myself there. So we went to Haiti, Puerto Rico, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua. Did I say St. Lucia? Did I see St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Nevis? Yeah, 6 ports. I always wanted to go to Antigua, so I'm glad that I finally got an opportunity to do it. One thing that I noticed, guys, is that between St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and Antigua, they have a very hard time with medical assistance, getting medical help, attention, whatever. So the tour guide told us that is why they have a lot of natural remedies. And I love that. So we went on one tour and he showed us the noni tree, Noni tree. And they talked a lot about moringa, the tree of life. It's interesting because no matter where you go, they have these trees all over the island. You can just drive and boom, they're there. They know how to use those trees to make teas, herbs, and tinctures to help their bodies. Now, our tour guide told us something very interesting, how he was diagnosed with a type of cancer. And he said, he did not have the money, the finances, because it's extremely expensive for that medical care. And so he just started doing natural remedies. And he told us, I'm not sure if I'm cured, but I have no more symptoms and I'm fine. And he told us that was about 20 years ago. So who knows? So MNT said, did you do karaoke on the cruise? Yes, I did. I love karaoke, guys. I absolutely love karaoke. Let me tell you, I like karaoke because I don't sing well. And with karaoke, you have that song with you to help you. So yes, I did do karaoke and I had a wonderful, wonderful time. Um and yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. Um she said, yes, she is. I love her. Aw, talking about Crafty. Okay. Hey, hola. Did you get my text? I text you to see if you made it home safely. So hopefully you got it. But I know you did since you're here. Thank you. So LGG Love was at the expo as well. And we had a wonderful time. One of the things we did, well, Thursday night, we met at a place called Jim and Nick's, and you may have seen that video. I posted that one already. And we sat and talked, and it was so many people. I was really surprised, really surprised. It gets bigger and bigger each year. Friday morning, we did Friday morning they had a tour at the Savannah Citrus. I was trying to think of the correct name. Savannah Citrus. And so, yes, they talked a lot about trees. So let me tell you really what it is. Of course, it's a mutual thing, sis. So let me tell you about Savannah Citrus. I honestly have never been there. I never even knew about Savannah Citrus. But what it is actually someone's private home. Their house is in the back. They have a lot of front yard, a lot of space, guys. And they have planted trees. The trees are about 5 to 8 feet apart, and it's a ton. And they've done very well because they sell their citrus to large companies. Um, and so it's just amazing what you can do. It just kind of opened my eyes to the fact that you can take something that's home based and it can explode. It can explode. And that's really what happened. The funny thing is, where this Savannah Citrus is right down the block from where my friend lives. So as you drive down the block, my friend's house is to the right. And I've never gone further down this block. Now, Miss Shirley can tell you because she's been here. In Savannah, we have a lot of land, guys, that is still undeveloped. And some houses have tons and tons of acreage. And this house probably has about an acre, about an acre, maybe an acre and a half. And so that's how they have all the trees. And it's just amazing. And you learn as you go on, and they have learned a lot. So one tip that I took away is this: when you plant a tree, if you have grass around that tree, get rid of that grass around that tree. Move it back as far as possible or reasonably possible. And here's what he said: when you fertilize your tree, you are actually fertilizing the grass, because the grass will suck up and neutralize, or not neutralize, take in those nutrients, quicker than the tree will. So your tree really isn't getting anything. And it made so much sense because my husband's tree in the front yard, who he named Aubrey, which is a plum tree, she died. But he had been fertilizing it, taking care of it, but the grass is right there. So that's probably why it didn't thrive, it didn't survive. It really wasn't getting the nutrients that we thought it was getting. So it is what it is. I am a novice. You're so humble. That's what I love you about. Yes, thank you. Pause, because I sure didn't mean to say yes. Thank you, Nikki. For cash, unbiased, for cash. Yeah, so let me just hop back to cruising a little bit. We'll go back and forth. When I was on the cruise, guys, there was a professional karaoke where they were going to award a prize. And so he told us, he said, now, tonight's karaoke is going to be a little different. We're going to have contestants, but this karaoke is for those that can sing. If you can't sing, don't enter. So you know what I did? I just sat my little happy self down and was a spectator. No singing tonight. This young lady that won the contest, it was a two-part contest. She's a young lady. Her name is oh, I can't remember her name. Was it Karen? She is just applied to the musical school in London, which is very prestigious, and she sang a beautiful song. She sang the little mermaid song where, you know, I've got gadgets and da na 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 da na 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 na. She, I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, she sang it beautifully, guys, beautifully, and she won. So they have different things. I'm saying this to say they have different things on the cruise that I really enjoyed. They also had different shows. Now, one show I was definitely not going to be a part of, meaning they were going to ask for volunteers, and I already knew, don't do it. It is a game show for couples. It's called Love and Marriage. They usually have 3 or 4 couples. And the reason why I don't do it is because they ask questions that will kind of put you against each other. For example, they'll ask, who in your family, in your wife's family or your husband's family, would you never want to be around? That's kind of like a taboo question, you know? So no. They had another question, which I am an outgoing person, but I'm also private when it comes to certain things. And another question they asked is, if there was a parrot in your bedroom, what would the parrot say if he was in your bedroom for a year? You'd be surprised the answers that we got, that we heard. Um, and then when one person doesn't get it right, then the other person is upset. So all of this to say, guys, if you are cruising, if you are new to cruising, and you enjoy being in the spotlight, which I honestly do enjoy being in the spotlight, there are certain things you might want to take a back seat to. And for me, this was one of them. I don't want to get into a little disagreement, you know, with my husband on a cruise. And trust me, some have. Hey, Growing with Hudson, I miss you, sis, as well. Growing with Hudson has been coming to the Soil Expos as well. And I have missed her. And I hope to see you next year. Yes, yes. Now, so is Unbiased. Unbiased was at the Soil Expo, and yes, she was not there this year, but I did meet her at the Soil Expo, and she is a wonderful, wonderful woman. Um, I've said this before, but it's been a while since I've said it, and I don't want anyone to mistakenly think I am just flattering people, because I do not do that. I speak the truth. I do not flatter people. When I met Unbiased, the first thing she said was, "Hello, Queen." Unbiased did not know me. She met me for the first time. And I was thinking and watching how she addressed everybody. Hello, King. Hello, Queen. That made me feel like, and I was right, she will give you the benefit of the doubt and give you that quote unquote honor even before she knows you. So if she stops calling you or addressing you as king or queen, then you may want to wonder to yourself why. Perhaps it's something in your attitude or something you said, because she addresses everybody as king or queen. And that I like. Yes, loyal to royal. I have not been cruising for a ton of years, but this is what I know. I hope you get to. I really do, girl, because I think you would have an awesome time. I actually think that um, that would be something that would be fun. Community cruising, garden community cruise. Um, a whole bunch of gardeners, a whole bunch of crafters, a whole bunch of people that have their products on the same ship. Then we could kind of cater the community room to garden talk about this or free seed giveaway this day. Bring a 10 pack of seeds. Because on cruises, guys, they do something called cruising ducks, where you get these little ducks, look it up, cruising ducks, and you can put a label on there with your name and everything, and then you hide it. You can't put it in any stores, but you can hide it anywhere. And then people find them and they can keep it or they can rehide it. I never rehide mine. I always keep them as a momentum. But I think it would be cool to have a garden community cruise, themed cruise, and then we could have a day where we swap seeds, a day where we talk about crafting, um, just a whole bunch of things that would really enhance what we already do. And there are themed cruises, guys. There's the Star Trek cruise, Live Long and Prosper. There is the 80s cruise. There are a lot of cruises that they have, themed cruises. So analytics say Crafty Leo had Pescatarian's product looking nice. Ah, yes, one product because that's all that was left when I was there. To another one, and yes, such a great supporter. That's another thing I like, guys. We get an opportunity to support each other, and I am all for supporting small businesses. So what I did prior to the public coming in is, and I had my niece with me again, we walked around and we supported as many vendors as we could because they're small businesses like me. So that's another wonderful thing. Hey, 70 plus gardener. So good to see you. Now, 70 plus gardener was also at the expo and we got to sit and talk. We had a wonderful, wonderful time. It was so nice. It was so nice. So MNT says, I'm still trying to get out of gold. You'll get there. You will get there. This is this yuck. Yes. Haiti's on my next cruise again. I hope they change it. I hope they do. I'm paying to relax, not to be exactly. So guys, we made a point. We didn't even get off the boat to go to Haiti this time. We went to Haiti when we went on our cruise in December, and that's when my husband saw it. So this time we just chilled on the boat. And let me tell you what's cool about that. The majority of the people are getting off. And so any activities or things to do on the boat, you kind of can relax a little bit because you kind of get first preference because the boat is basically empty. So that's nice. Okay, so let me just say this because M&T said that she's still at gold. Here's what you can do. There are some tips that you can use to get up in status quicker. I literally love cruising, guys. And once I book a cruise, and I do not like to use a travel agent. And yes, I have used a travel agent before. I don't like to use a travel agent because I like the control. I like to be able to control what I'm going to do. Now, they say what I do is I go every day and do a mock booking to see what the price is. If the price is cheaper than what I booked, then I call up Royal and I say, can I get a price adjustment? And they look and they check my original booking and they look at the current price. If it's lower, they will send out a new invoice with your new remaining balance and it will be lower. You can do that as many times as you want up until you make your final payment. So while I have the money to pay for the cruise and complete, I never do because I want to be able to reprice my cruise. Now, sometimes it may be $20 or $30. Do it anyway. Here's why. My cruise in December was originally 2,000 and change, like 2,300 and something. The final cost of that cruise ended up being 1,700 and change. I repriced that cruise 4 times. And one time I did it, it was 200 and change that I got. Guys, I'm telling you because it's what I do. My money is my money. I want my money to go as far as it can, as long as it can. And so this is what I do. Yes, it is a little tedious every day doing it, but for me, I enjoy it. I get excited. I've learned the pattern, when to do it. I noticed the pattern of when I have done it in the past, and I've been doing it for years now. About 3 years I've been doing this. So that's one way you can go on a cruise and save money. But I said, honestly, that happens on most cruises you take. That's how they make money, by hounding the people. True. So true. Yep. That is super cute. um, yeah. So yes, I love St. Lucia. It's beautiful, beautiful. You know what? Let me show you some other stuff I got while we talking. I love candy. I love sweets. So I bought this Haribo because I've never seen Chopper Fruity Haribo before. Yep. So I bought this big bag. Now I'm not going to eat it all, but look what it says. It says, oh wait, let me put it on this side. Okay. Nope, this way. Travel edition. Yes, guys. So I bought 2 bags of that. I haven't opened them yet, but when I do, I will be reasonable with how much I eat. Also, something else I bought. Let me just show y'all. You guys know Wind Down Wednesday. Boom. Shot glasses. Look at that. Aren't these things pretty? I love these shot glasses. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at that. These are from St. Lucia. So, of course, I was happy because they had my favorite color, orange, and they have my secondary color, green. So pretty, so pretty. So the outside, this part here is leather. Very nice. And I think these, they come 3 in a pack. And I bought 2 packs. And those were, I think, $5 for a pack. Something else I bought is I collect dolls, and I'm trying to collect dolls everywhere I go. So, look at this doll. And she happens to be reversible. She got a little bun in the back. So I just love it. So I have a case with my dolls. And here's another one I purchased. Really, really sweet. It says St. Lucia. So that was something that I bought. I'll show you some more in a little bit. Let's get back to the cruising talk. So another thing you can do if you like cruising and you want to get up on a tier is if you book a junior suite or above, instead of getting 1 point per night. So if you're on a 7-day cruise, you get 7 points. 10-day cruise, 10 points. But you can get more if you get a junior suite or better. Now, your regular cabin has a shower, and they're nice. But your junior suite has a bathtub. So you can soak in the bathtub, and, you get nicer soaps. You know, they give everybody the soap and the lotion and the shampoo, but in your junior suite, you get Royal's Finer One. Why didn't you get me one, sis? Ah, listen. I'll keep that in mind. We had some friends that were missionaries there. Oh, cool. That's amazing. Are they still there? Did you get a piece of the noni tree? Good question. I got seeds. So let me tell you, because I was on a tour, every place I went, St. Lucia, Antigua, St. Kitts, I wanted to get seeds. So I wanted to go to a nursery, but I was unable to. So we got to the noni tree in the tour, and he was showing how the seed pod makes sound and how they use it for music. And I said, well, what do the seeds look like? You didn't show us the seeds. Can you open up one and show us the seeds? And he did, and he handed it to me. And I said, oh, this is what the seeds look like. May I have the seeds? Sure. Psh. So yes, I have noni seeds. Not a lot, but I got some, and they are going to be planted. So yes. I know, I'm sorry, guys. I'm running my mouth, and I'm going to take a break to speak to people that have come in. Hey, Sylvia, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Natural remedies. Yep, absolutely. I just enjoy talking, and I know that you guys know that. But it's been 2 weeks. I didn't have a live, so I'm trying to get it all out, and I'm really excited. Yep, a lot of us did. Hey, Gina versus Gina. Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate everybody. Yes, just want to acknowledge everybody that is here because I truly appreciate you guys. If you are watching the replay, I appreciate you as well. Couldn't happen without you guys. So yes, thank you so much. Hey, girl dad, cooking up deliciousness. How are you? So good to see you. Yes, everybody is speaking. Yep. Yes, I love it. She says, sorry, we're not able to speak. Okay, enjoy your dinner. I know it's something yummy. So I know already what Mike is going to have for Meatless Monday. And so do you if you watch his video. He's having minestrone soup. And you know what? I love it. I love minestrone soup. Yeah, my parrot would snore. It's funny. Let me tell you, I was like, nope, not gonna do it. Hey, G-Quad, how are you, Auntie Ellen? Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Which island did you like the best? Which island did I like the best? I think, guys, Mr. Pescatarian is in his man cave and he just yelled, St. Kitts and Nevis. Why you like St. Kitts, babe? He made a good point. He said he loved St. Kitts because it was the cleanest island. And I'm going to tell you something. He was right. You know, we know that these islands don't have some of them don't have the finances. We know our dollar is stronger than theirs. And so when you are on a tour, a lot of times, often, you will see trash here, there, and everywhere. But he was right. St. Kitts was by far the cleanest island. And that really brings the beauty of it. I love St. Martin too. Hey, Sammy Joe, how are you? So glad you made it, sis. Thank you. Yeah, it was the cleanest. And so now that he said that, I think I'm going to say St. Kitts too. I really do. Me too. We got to support them small businesses. You know, small businesses give you that extra touch. And that's why I love supporting them. Yeah, I would say St. Kitts. St. Kitts. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go back. We are definitely going to go back again because now that we've done the tour, we would either do a different tour or we would go on our own and find a nice place to eat out of the tourist area. I know some people are a little nervous about going out of the tourist area, but you can do it if you know how to do it. And what I mean is this: be aware of everything. I enjoyed the hot tubs when everyone is gone. I hear you. Be aware of it because we've done it, and know your protocols. This is something a lot of people don't know. I hope this doesn't sound bad, but sometimes I like to watch videos of pier runners. Pier runner is a person who waits to the last minute and gets to the pier late, and the boat has already sailed away. And they're like, wait. You're told what time to be back at the boat. If the time is different, they tell you adjust your watch, adjust your phone, adjust whatever you have so that you can be back to the boat on time. And guess what, guys? The boat does not leave the exact time that they say. So I like watching pier runners. It's just funny. But I say that to say this. There is a phone number to call the boat. It's on your CPAS card. Your CPAS card is what you get. It's like your hotel key to get into your room. It's on the back of that card. And a lot of people don't know that. If you call up Royal, or if you call up Carnival, if you call up Norwegian, Princess Cruises, Celebrity, Silver Seas, MSC, they have the emergency number. If you let them know, hey, we are running late, we are 15 minutes away, we are at this space, place, they will wait. That doesn't mean you then abuse it and think they're going to wait 34, 40, 50 an hour, because they're not. But they have waited when a person has called 15 minutes late. Also, too, if you take an excursion through Royal Caribbean or a reputable place, they will call Royal or whatever cruise line you're on and let them know there was an accident. We got tied up. We got a flat tire, whatever the case may be, and they will wait for you. There has been some instances, though, where they didn't. There was a miscommunication, and guess what? The ship, on occasion, has turned around if they're not too far out to go back. So, just some things to know. So I also told you I would eat it all up. So, also too, oh, thank you. I was wiping tears the whole time. So a little bit about the Soil Fest now. Let's hop back to that. On Saturday night, we have dinner at Lady and Sons restaurant. And it's a large group of us. That is the only thing that you prepay for. You can also go there and order what you want. You just won't be able to sit with the group. And that's what some did. Some people don't like the crowds, and so they ordered, but they sat in another area away from the crowds. We sit in a big area of the restaurant. But I noticed some people were sitting upstairs on the upper floor eating because they just don't like the crowds. And that's fine. What I like is that evening, everybody got an opportunity to stand up and tell their story. It was either they talked about their channel, something they liked, if they're a supporter, different things. And that was so nice. We had a family there and they had 3 young children. And when I tell you, Those children were the best behaved children. It was amazing. It was amazing. So that was an opportunity for us to eat and sit, thank you, and talk and really get a chance to just really vibe with each other and find out. So I sat next to one young lady who was from Chicago. And if you're listening, kisses. She does not have a channel. She's just a supporter. She saw Bobby and Sherry, their videos, and then she started following other people, and she really wanted to come, and she decided to come. And another person said, her family was like, you don't know anybody there, why are you going? And so she said that she was happy that she went, that she came, because she said, I really see now the camaraderie, and I'm so glad I came. So it's something. It really is amazing. I have video footage, but I'm not going to do the whole thing because it was quite a few people. I believe it was about 100 people. So y'all guys don't want to see everybody tell their story. They had the husbands, the wives. So I will show little bits and pieces of that in future videos, and you can see what you can extract from that. Seed hustler. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So let's go back real quick to this comment. Junior suite, I'll keep in mind. Yes. So guys, the junior suite, I told you about that. But on the cruise, you can also get a grand suite. And I've stayed in a grand suite before. The grand suite is really, really nice. Yes, Rob in the Garden and Family. Yes, guys, that is the family with the 3 children. Check him out. Check him out. Yes. Oh, okay. J3 is in here. I'm so sorry I didn't acknowledge you. I've been talking. I know I'm way behind in the chat. J3 was there as well. Wonderful, wonderful person. Such a sweetheart. Such a sweetheart. After we have the morning, we the evening, that Saturday, the following morning, that Sunday morning, we do breakfast. So, hey, wellness. So, Jags, we know, sells the honey. We know that. But this year, he brought a whole ton of blueberry plants and his creamed honey and regular honey in the gallon. And again, another small business that we had opportunity to support. Had the opportunity to support. It was wonderful. Wonderful. Sammy Joe said, I sat and watched the whole thing. It was beautiful to watch. Touched my heart. It really was. There was so many beautiful expressions and comments that people were sharing that night. And it was touching. It was touching. Got an opportunity to meet Bobby's daughter. She is a sweetheart. Such a sweet young lady. Her and her boyfriend. Really, really nice. Got an opportunity to talk to them. Got an opportunity to talk to a lot of supporters and why they support. And, it was amazing. We actually, Analytics says she got her blueberry bush and her honey. Yes, it was outstanding. Absolutely. It was so many supporters, guys, that they said, if this is your first time here, come. And they took a picture. And a lot of those people were supporters, not content creators. And that's really special. That is really special. They also had everyone who has been there 4 times to come up. Now, while I have been there 4 times, I did not do dinner 4 times. I have been to it 4 times because I do live here in Savannah, but I didn't do the whole weekend. So I did not feel compelled to stand up. So back to some more gifts that I bought on the cruise. Pens. I bought a ton of pens, guys. They're so pretty. And what I like is these these are from some are from St. Lucia, some are from St. Martin, but they're just very colorful. And I like that. And they're not cheap pens. They're not the best pens, but they're not cheap by any means. They write so well. I love a smooth pen. And what I like was when I purchased the pen, they would make sure it worked and they would make sure that we were happy with it. So yeah, support matters. It really does. It really does. And I try to be so supportive. And that's a wonderful thing. And let me take this moment to say this. Yes, I know you've seen Nightbot thanking you for coming and thanking you for being here. I just want to say it verbally. I do it every week. And I mean, every time I do a live, I say it. And I'm not going to make this any different. I have to say it again. I appreciate so much all the support that I've gotten at the Soil Expo with my products, with the support of you guys being here, supporting me, allowing me this platform because I love to talk. Can't y'all tell? I love to talk. So I enjoy this. Oh, hey, David Corey, how are you? Congratulations to everyone who went. Glad to see all the videos. What's up, everyone? Bam it with Arthur Butler. Hey, it is such a pleasure to see Mr. Butler and his wife to get Fran together, his sidekick Fran. I told him this, and I'm going to say it again. I love the way they vibe. They function like a couple really should. I just love it. It's so nice to see. And I really, really appreciate the love and support from them. So it's just amazing. So he said, I missed the cougar dress. The cougar dress? I'm not sure what you meant. I'm sorry. Probably because I'm so way behind in the chat. Stop it. Okay. Everybody's speaking. I'm trying to keep up with this chat. But guys, I'm sorry. I'm kind of way behind. So I'm trying to catch up. Okay. Let me see something else. This is something that I'm going to encourage everyone to get if you're cruising. It's called Poopery. So, we all have those wonderful bodily functions. Sometimes we, don't want it to have a smell. And since you are in a small room, I always bring this with me, Poopery. Before you go to the bathroom, you spray it in the toilet, and whatever you deposit does not have an odor. It just makes your cruising experience a little bit nicer. So I bring this with me and I set it in the bathroom. And if you have to do number 2, you spray before you go in the toilet and you're fine. So just another cruising tip that I thought I would share with you guys. I love scarves. So I did bring back this beautiful scarf, St. Kitts and Nevis. Pretty. And I actually purchased 4. Orange and green and blue and yellow. In Puerto Rico, no, it wasn't Puerto Rico. Babe, where do we buy the Tang? Okay, when we were in Antigua, we bought this Tang. I've never seen this before. I've seen Tang. Don't get me wrong. I've seen Tang, but I haven't seen it like this. Guys, we bought a ton. I bought only 5 packs. Mr. Pescatarian bought a whole box. He was like, I'm buying the whole box. And he did. This Tang is so good. Strawberry. I bought strawberry. I bought passion fruit. And I got pineapple. So I got 2 pineapple, 2 passion fruit, and a strawberry. But he got a whole box. Also, I got some seasoning. I love curry. I love curry. Curry shrimp. My favorite. So I bought some coconut curry Caribbean cook-up. Got 2 of those. Now I got 2, even though I've never tasted this before, I got 2 because something I noticed has been happening. I will buy something, I'll get home and I'll use it. And I'm like, man, I should have bought 2. Should have bought 2. So I said, before I make that mistake again, I'm going to order 2. Yes, she bought a ton. Hey, PIA, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Yes, how many? Listen, Fran bought so many trees that they had to cart them with a gorilla cart. And then Arthur Butler turned around and was like, oh, these are ours too? Yes, those are yours too. So she was happy because she got her trees. Now, at the what they did was after the tour, at a certain point, Savannah Citrus, the owner, said that he had trees for sale, and he sold them for $25. $25 for these trees. And somebody got a tree, a big cara that was about, I mean, it was beautiful. $25. So they really had a good selection of citrus for people to buy for. Mr. Arthur and Sidekick Fran are awesome. My girls, and yes. So cool and so sweet and so down to earth. He said unbiased Cordy. I didn't, man. Anyway, there was another show that they had on the cruise, and I can't remember the name of it. But essentially what they do is they separate the whole audience into 5 groups. So, into 5 groups. Babe, can you stop Perry, please, for a minute? They separate the audience into 5 groups, A, B, C, D, and E. So you're competing against each other. So they'll say something like, bring gum. Who has gum? You have a captain. You have 2 captains for each team, a male and a female. So they'll say, bring gum. So your group has to give the captain whatever they call for as fast as possible so they could get it to the floor. So that the person who's hosting it can give your team points. And everybody will not get points if you don't do it. It's a real crazy show, guys. Let me tell you, one of the things they ask for, at first it starts off really, thank you. She said the spray really works. I use it. Thank you so much. Let me just pause for a minute. When I create a product, I don't just create a product and put it out there. I give the product to certain people and have them test it. And I tell them, tell me the truth honestly. I stand by my products. I'm not putting something out there that's junk. I'm putting something out there I'm going to use as well. So my bug repellent was initially made for me because I was always getting bit. And my husband would tease me and say, They like your blood because you're a Yankee. You're from, New York. Yes, I'm from New York. But I don't want to get eaten up. He would never seem to be getting eaten up. So I said, I got to figure out a way. I didn't like cutters. I don't like the Avon Skin So Soft that's supposed to help. So I created it. So I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um, so back to the cruising game. So what happened was, it starts off they're asking for things like gum, who has a safety pin, who has a pencil, and then it gets crazy. Guys, they ask, who has dentures? Do you know people took their dentures out their mouth, gave it to the captain, and he took it to the host? Now it's funny watching it, but I wonder, did they put those dentures back in their mouth after it was handled? Because that is unsanitary. It is funny, but I don't think I would take my dentures out of my mouth if I was wearing dentures just to get a point for my team. But hey, I'm not knocking people that do it. I'm not knocking people that have done it. I'm just saying, not me. But I will say it was hilarious. It was funny. Yes, they asked for some crazy stuff, guys, and people did it. People did it. So that was a crazy show that I went to. I didn't know they still sell Tang. I didn't either. Because let me tell you something. I drank Tang growing up as a little girl, and we only had the orange kind. Um, so I didn't know that they still made Tang, but they do. Exactly. In the 70s. Exactly. 40 plus years. That's what I'm talking about. So I was like, ooh, I gotta get this. Curry, yum, yes. I love curry. Love it, love it, love it. Let's get to some of these just the orange back then. Yep. Just the orange. It's nice to get spice from different countries. It is. It really is. Sometimes you could get things from certain countries. When I went to Curacao, that's another thing. I always thought it was Caraco, but it's Curacao. They have a Haribo that is banana flavored, and I had never seen that in the States. Came home, ate it, bought 2 packs, ate it, gave one away. I was like, man, I would love to have another pack of candy. Saw it on Amazon. I said, let me just see if they have it on Amazon. On Amazon, it was $10. At Curacao, I paid $2. So I said, nope, I'll be going back to Curacao one day and I'll get it then. Yeah, so that's just another little thing that they did that I did on the cruise. It's an 8-hour drive from here to Savannah. I plan to come next year. Ooh, yes. Plan it. You got a year. And she will come out with the date actually in a few months. She knows the date and it will come out in a few months. So that's good. Now, Tampa Creek Homestead and more. I'm glad you're here. I know you're lurking, you're busy, probably working or whatever. She was at the expo as well, guys. And it was such a pleasure to meet her in person, finally meet. And for those of you that don't know, the reason why we refer to each other as twin is because one day her granddaughter said that we looked alike. Well, she at the time had locks. We both had our locks twisted. And we both wear glasses. We're both brown skinned girls. And she said, I look like her. So we always call each other twin. And even though she's cut her hair, we still hang on to the title of twin. So we got to meet her. Her mom was there. We had a fantastic time. And Mackenzie is the sweetest young lady. She's such a sweet girl. You know what, Sammy Joe? If it does not cost a lot, I would definitely try. So I tell you what, I'm going to see how I could do it. And if I can, the first bottle will be on me. And the reason why the first bottle is going to be on me, if I can send it, is because I would be absolutely privileged to say my stuff is in Canada. So on my About page is my email address. So send me an email and I will see what I can do because I would consider it a pleasure. I absolutely would. So she says she's listening in the bushes, but hey, I mixed it super strong when I was a kid, David. Yeah, man, I love it. I love it. Nice and strong. No, ma'am, I'm resting. Okay, so not walk. She's resting. Hey, Chloe. Hi, sweetheart. Hope you had a good day at school, Chloe. Um, yeah, so what else about cruising? Here's another tip. The reason why I told you how I bring my cost down is because I always get, if I don't get a balcony, which I really very rarely get a balcony, I usually get a junior suite or grand suite. They are more expensive. And that's why I go every day and do the mock booking to bring the price down. So by the time I do pay for it, I actually spent what I would for a balcony. And so another thing is here's a good tip. Book your cruise early. So this is 2025, but I've already looked and scouted out cruises for 2027. I already have cruise booked for 2026. The further out you book it, the cheaper it's going to be. So this cruise that I went on, this 10-day, when I first booked that, it was 500 and some odd days until the cruise. So that's over a year. So we saved big time. In my process of doing that, this cruise, I told you how I saved for the cruise I went on in December. But this cruise, not only did I save a couple of $100, but I also got onboard credit. They were doing a promotion and they were offering additional $200 off and $300. No, excuse me, $200 off and $250 on board credit. So that means I got an additional $250 off my cruise and they gave me onboard credit. So onboard credit is what you can use to buy excursions, you can do your drink package, you can pay for internet, you can pay for your gratuities and your taxes with your onboard credit. So that is a sly way, guys, of coming very little out of pocket. So let me say this. I bought some white Hennessy for a friend. I bought some other things. I bought it on a boat because they have a liquor store on the boat. You won't be able to drink it in your room. Let me just tell you that. You won't be able to drink it in your room. You buy it and you get it at the end of the cruise, and that's fine. The reason why I got the white Hennessy is because they don't sell that in the States. And they had it on the cruise. They do sell it in some countries, but I wanted to make sure I had it because the person gave me the money to purchase it for them. So I got that, and I got some other things. So that means if I wanted to, I could have used my onboard credit, which is free money, to pay for those things. I do buy things on board. I always, but always get t-shirts or a sweatshirt from the ship that I'm on. Of course, you know, each ship has a name. So I just go ahead and get the t-shirt or the hoodie with the name of the ship that I'm on. And that's kind of like my souvenir to me. This year, I should have brought it. Man, I can't. I bought a jogging suit. Really, really pretty jogging suit. I think it's pretty because it's navy blue with like this orangey gold embroidery of the Royal Caribbean emblem on the back. And it says Royal Caribbean. So it's kind of orange and blue. So I love that color combination. Love it. So that was really, really something else that I purchased that I really, really enjoyed. So Thank you, Tampa. Thank you so much for that shout out. I appreciate it. Yes, so that's another thing that you could do. So I have a question. What do y'all think about cruising? Do you like cruising? Thank you, PIA. Do y'all like cruising? And would you be interested in cruising? Okay, that's okay. Fine, fine, fine. Thank you so much for hopping on. You are appreciated. I really appreciate the fact that it doesn't matter when you hop on as long as you did. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. When they bite me, I swell up and bruise so bad. It's painful. Oh man. See, that's how I was. I would get big whelps. And I was just like, how is it we're both in the yard and I'm getting torn up, but you're not? So I would definitely see if I can, for real. Um, yeah, I'll count it as a privilege. Yes, when I went cruising, I put 500 in my room card and brought back 350 due to onboard credit. That's right. Be a smart cruiser. Be a smart cruiser. You know, I love cruising. And I believe everybody can go on a cruise. You just have to know how. So let's say you make minimum wage, you don't make a lot of money. You are the person, the perfect person to plan a cruise out. You can plan a cruise. So far, they have cruises set up until April of 2027. So if you pick the last date of April 2027, figure out how many weeks that is and how much you can pay. Do you know you can pay $5 a week if you wanted to? $5 a week. Let me tell you how, if you are low income, how you could do it, how you could treat yourself to something that you really need. I do this thing where when I want to max save, I do a no buy. What I do is for a week, or sometimes I can do it for longer. I determine what I'm going to do it, how long I'm going to do it. So let's say it's for a week. I buy nothing unless it is a necessity. Not a candy bar, not a bag of chips, not a pack of gum, nothing. And at the end of the week, I see how much money I have left over. So here's what I'm saying. Take that paycheck, have a budget, make your budget, lunch, gas, coffee, whatever. What goes to your expenses. And what you have left, say, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it. You could even say money and say, okay, this week, I'm not going to buy lunch out. When you go to work, don't buy lunch 2 days a week. Bring it from home. Because you're making a sacrifice so that at the end you can treat yourself to a cruise. So you've booked early, you saved because you said, I'm going to have this week once a month where I don't buy anything that I don't need unless it's a absolute need, not a want. You're going to reprice your cruise. You're going to look every day. You're going to take the time every day to see if the price goes down. If it is, you're going to rebook it. And they're going to readjust the price and the price is going to go down. You're going to keep looking. Labor Day, Black Friday, Memorial Day, every holiday, you look carefully, not just at the price of the cruise, but if you bought excursions can go down too. If you got internet on the cruise ship, look and see what that price is. Anything you bought associating with the cruise through the cruise line that you are on, look for those to see if the price has gone down. And you will be able to do it. You don't have to get a balcony. You could get the cheapest room on the ship. I don't, but if that was the only way I could cruise, I would do it. Because once I'm on the ship, it don't matter where I sleep. I'm on the ship. So the cheapest room would be the lower deck with no window. It's okay. Because you could say, I'm not going to be in my room. I'm going to be out gallivanting on the cruise ship. There's a lot of fun things you can do. They have a new ship coming out, Star of the Seas. They have Legend of the Seas. Legend is the latest ship that they have. If you book on there now, they have an trip that I looked at for an inside room with no window. It costs $3,300 per person. Is that the cruise for you? No, it's not. If you want a cruise and your finances are holding you back, go on an older ship. Newer ships, more money. Older ships, less money. So, you know, you can do it. You can do it. Like I said, I do like cruising with groups too. Like I said, I believe everybody can do it. You just have to know how. You just have to know how. So now we're going to hop back to the Soil Family Expo. So on Sunday mornings, we usually go out to breakfast and we eat at a place called Metro Diner. And I love Metro Diner. I have DoorDashed Metro Diner before because I love their cinnamon pancakes. They are absolutely delicious. Now, some people were not happy with the food, and I could see why. No place is perfect, I will say that. But what I've got and what I've gotten has been fine. But I know I was at the table with someone and they didn't like their food, and I don't blame them. There was no seasoning, it was bland, and they didn't like it, and they're entitled to feel that way. So I say that to say everything that we do is not going to be perfect. So don't come and think everything is going to be peaches and creams because you might not like the dinner. You may not like the breakfast. So what do? You focus on the positive. You focus on why you're here at the Soil Family Expo. Is it something to gain? Yeah, it is. I let people got to see progress. There was someone there who never had a booth, never was a vendor before, and she was a vendor. And you know who it was? It was Miss T with the T. She was a vendor this year. Bravo. So we got to see that and experience that with her. We got to see how Jags, J3GS Farm, expanded. They got to see how I expanded. It was wonderful. When I first was a vendor, I had one product. And Andale Homestead came over to me and said, you know what? When I started, I had one product also. And look at what I have now. So she said, don't give up. And I didn't. So I'm saying that to say, whether it's a goal you have, whether it has to do with sewing, crafting, cooking, a personal project in your home, a personal goal you have, do not give up. If something doesn't work out the first time, try and try again. Try something different. Try something different, and maybe your result will be different. Hey, Entrepreneurial Diary, how are you? Shamika, good to see you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Guys, I'm going to slowly go down the chat because I know that I'm way behind. But I just wanted to encourage you. It's so wonderful to be at the expo because you could see progress that people have made and sacrifices to get to where they want to be. And we can do it. We can do it. She said she's about to enjoy some of that honey and some tea. Yes. We can do it, guys. Guys, I don't know if PG, hashtag PG is working, We could try it. Everybody flood the chat with hashtag PG and see if your channel comes up. If it's you notice somebody who you're not following, who you'd like to check out, check them out. Check them out. Now, Sylvia, I said I get the cheapest room because I don't be in the room anyway. Bam. That's what I tell a lot of people. If you want to cruise, get the cheapest room because guess what? That's just where you sleep. Everything else on the cruise is there for you. Now, they have the dining room where you can eat free in the dining room. Your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner can all be free on the cruise. They have the Windjammer. That's where they have a hodgepodge of different things. The main dining room is a little bit more formal in the sense that they have the menu and whatnot, and you're served. But they also have something called specialty dining. And I do enjoy the specialty dining as well. I love it. Okay, guys. Yes, it's working. Contact Miss Shirley LG Gardner. Yes, Jags. Check out Jags. It's coming up. I'm gonna put it up. My daughter just got her blueberry. Oh, nice. Good. I'm gonna have to check that out. Yes. See, analytic. Come on, people. And the host of the Soil Family Expo, none other than Black's Tropical Homestead. So I always do it in my Bobby voice. What's up, soil brothers and soil sisters? Listening in and working. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. So I'm glad that they're on because this is a reminder. I will continue to do my lives on Monday evening, but I have been so inspired by going to other countries and seeing how much they absolutely rely on tinctures and the moringa, the noni, all of that I'm going to be going live or doing a video every day, kind of like herb diaries, herb inspiration, because I really want to share with people my personal experience with herbs. It's amazing. And I want everybody to know, yes, you can improve your health with herbs. I'm going to be talking about my personal experience. I'm not a doctor. I'm not Doogie Howser, and I don't play one on TV. I just am an average person, your pescatarian gardener, who has used herbs, and I want to share with you and anyone who is willing to listen and try the value of natural. So look out for that, guys, because I'll be doing it. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Everybody is speaking. Yes, yes, yes. So, guys, it is an hour and 28 in. And I've talked and I've had a wonderful time. And I hate to get off. Oh, hey, Monica and Ziggy. Guys, I'm not getting off. I got to talk some more. Monica and Ziggy were at the Soil Family Expo as well. Monica has also had her own small business, and she makes rubs and tinctures as well. Fantastic things for arthritis. She had her yarrow plants there. It was fantastic. Ziggy is an artist, a beautiful artist. And he created a shirt. And it's going to be in an upcoming video. So look for it. Look for it. Look for it. That sounds great. I'll be there. Man, I just wish everybody could just come. It's so much fun. You know what would be really cool, guys? it would be really cool, since we are talking about gardening and crafting and, budgeting and, like I said, LGG, no, Analytics daughter has a garden. The daughter does a channel about budgeting. Wouldn't it be cool if we got the whole cruise ship with just our community? Y'all think we could do it? If we had a whole year and a half? Let me figure something out. Okay, Google, how many days until March of 2027? 693 days, guys. So if there was a cruise in March of 2027 where we could have our products, our seeds, all of that, we'd have almost 2 years to plan this. And I think it would be amazing. Yes, that's right. Sharing my t-shirt. Also, Monica and Ziggy will be coming to Boston. Man, let me tell you, LGG, we had so much fun. I had so much fun with you. I really did. Yeah, exactly. Like the old Tom Joyner cruise. Okay, so Jake says, sorry, I'm backing out of the cruise. Uh-oh. What? I wouldn't know how to pack or act. Listen, I would have to have an empty suitcase with me to bring that for all the stuff that I would be bringing home. As it is for the 10-day, oh my goodness. Mr. Pescatarian was straight laughing at me, trying to close my suitcase. He was laughing. He was like, when it was open and I was trying to put things in, he was like, that's going to close? You going to close it? But I made it, guys. I made it. So, listen, I just want to tell everybody I needed this live. It was a wonderful live. I enjoyed it because I had to get all of this talk out. Would it be illegal to trade seeds on open seas? You find out and let us know, and then we'll know. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming, sharing, allowing me to voice my excitement, allowing me this platform and future platforms. Because, guys, I got some big things coming. Like I said, it's going to be a thing where daily, the herbs, and I'm going to love the input. Not long, maybe 10, 15 minutes. That's it. Going to be something wonderful. So I just want to thank everybody that came in tonight. Of course, the sponsors of the Soil Family Expo. And next year will be 5 years, guys. Whoop, whoop. Analytic Gardener, to you and your girls, thank you. LGG Love, gracias. LG, L3, J3, GS Farms. I forgot to say something, and I hope you don't mind, Jags. I had breakfast Sunday morning. It was 4 of us at the table, and Jags was wonderful enough to buy all of us our breakfast. Myself and 2 other people, 3 other people. And I thought that was very sweet. Very, very sweet. He didn't have to do that, but he did. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate all of you. As I always say, whatever you're doing, you enjoy it. Gózalo.